So you want to add a trigger guard to your Dene Adams thigh holster. So if you don't know how to sew, we will include that, don't worry. I've been putting this video off because I didn't want to have to remove mine from my holster and do it again, but I did it and I took it out. So now I'm going to teach you how to put one of these in your own thigh holster, including basic sewing tutorial. So if you don't know how to sew, we will include that, don't worry. A little bit about the Dene Adams thigh holster. I've been using this for a few years. I wanted something like this that I could wear in dresses like this, or when I wanted to carry on body, but obviously it's a bodycon. Like, we don't have any, like, there's no hiding it. So I wanted a thigh holster. I checked out a few. I wasn't a fan of the ones that were just like wrapped around your leg, especially like just the ones that were belly bands. I've never been a fan of belly bands in general. Putting it around a leg doesn't make it any better for me. And I found this one. I do like that it comes with like a harder plasticky material in between layers here, if you can see that, so that you can't get to the trigger guard from the outside. I did feel it necessary to add this extra protection because if in an emergency situation you're going to draw your gun, if your fingers go inside on accident when you go to grab the gun, then you could end up accidentally pulling the trigger, because once you get in there, there is nothing protecting the trigger guard. That we are all clear. No loaded firearms in this segment. So this is our Kydex trigger guard. We got this one off of Amazon, and it does what we need it to do, okay? It goes on there, it protects it all the way around, and then when you need to get it off, it just yanks off. So, but what we're doing is we're gonna sew this into the holster so that it stays in, it comes off when we draw. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do that now. For this tutorial, all you're going to need is your thigh holster, your Kydex trigger guard. If it does not come with a paracord or something to attach it, you need to get something like that. A sewing needle, some thread. We don't need a pin cushion, but it's cute, so it gets to hang out anyway. I made it when I was 5 years old. And some scissors. So we're going to start by cutting out a piece of thread. We don't need much, arm's length should suffice. Thread the needle. So maybe I should zoom in on this. Yeah, hold on. So you're going to take your needle and thread, and you're going to thread the needle. Now, if you have a hard time threading it like that, what you can do is you could lick it, and it gets like a little spit bubble in there, which, yeah, gross, whatever, but it's just you. And then that way it makes it a little easier. I grabbed a bigger one with a bigger hole so that you'd be able to see how easy it is. Then you're going to just do it like this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get this is even. You're going to line up the two ends like this, and you're going to pull it. So this is the ends are even, and it's like that. Now you're going to point them at each other like they're about to fight. You're going to overlap, grab a hold like this, and then wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now you're gonna pull that little knot that you just created by wrapping it in between your 2 fingers, and you're gonna pull it down. You're gonna keep those fingers tight, okay? Pull, and then just pull all the way down. Now, that's gonna create a little knot at the end, okay? Now, if you wrap around more times, it makes the knot tighter. So for whatever reason this goes through the material, you can wrap around more for a bigger knot. Now we are going to just trim a little bit off that because we don't need that. Boom. Now we have our knotted thread ready to go. Make sure the knot on the end of our paracord is nice and taut. That's not going to come out. We're good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this inside out. Be careful doing this that you don't accidentally snap that plastic liner. So we're just going to do it really slowly. Once you have it all turned inside out, this seam right here is where you're going to be sewing it into place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, we're going to grab some of this material with our needle, going to pull this through till the knot is all the way there, okay? Then we're going to grab some of this paracord and pull that through. More of the material. Pull it through again. And we're gonna repeat this process until it feels nice and secure. Now we have a good line of stitching on this side. We're gonna go ahead and go to the other side as well. And two, if you're worried that any of them could come undone if one of them gets cut, you could also tie it off at this point and do another line of stitching with another fresh thread. That way they're not all connected. So you've gotten it nice and secure and not gonna come off and you're ready to tie it off. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna do one single stitch right next to where your thread has left off, like so. And then you're gonna take this loop, that's the one you close, and you're gonna go through it with the needle. And that ties a knot. So you're gonna do it a couple times. So here you go, make a stitch, go through the loop, knot, stitch, loop, knot. And then you're good to cut the thread. Nice and secure. Now, you could also do this on a machine. I'm doing the tutorial hand sewing because that's a little more accessible for everyone to do. Thread and a needle is a lot cheaper than the actual sewing machine, but if you are going to do it with a sewing machine, I would suggest lining up the 2 lines of paracord and then just sewing across both of them across it, making sure that the plastic material that's in here is out of the way so you don't sew over that and break your needle, and then just go back and forth over it many times. And stitch over this even more than you see in the video, so it's nice and sturdy and I'm not worried about it coming out. Now we're gonna turn it right side out again and not break the plastic. Okie dokie. This is dangling out. Now we're gonna demonstrate the wear and draw with this. This is the important thing. So if you're going to be holstering your firearm, especially if it's loaded, you need to make sure that when you're putting the trigger guard in, you're not pointing it at your leg. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm pointing it away from my leg, and I'm just letting it snap into place. I left it long enough that it could poke out a little bit, so you don't have to point at your leg. Now, to reholster, just carefully insert it, and you're good to go, okay? Now, to get it to draw, I use my one hand to lift up the garment and the other to get this gun, okay? You're drawing it, that you are pulling up hard enough to get the Kydex to come with it, okay? So it's gonna make this lift up, which is another thing which is nice about the plastic, is the plastic goes up and it stops like right here at the line of your crotch, and so it doesn't keep going. Ta-da! So y'all from a standing position, so just chilling, our cute little outfit. Oh my gosh, bad guy. But yeah, so just remember, you need to put it back. You're gonna grab the Kydex holster, which is now dangling. Grab it, make sure your gun's not pointing at your leg or your feet. Slide it back into place, okay? And in it goes. Addressing a random question I have had about this holster is it good for men? And I would say no, because the fact that it's built into biker shorts, type shorts that are not meant for male anatomy, I don't think it would be very comfortable. And also you'd get in the way because it goes really high up there, okay? I've used this with my Glock 43 and the Bodyguard 2.0. I tried it with my Walther PDP F series, and yes, technically I could get it, but it was a little more uncomfortable. I could definitely feel that one was there a bit more. So this is one of those holsters I like having a smaller gun with, so there's that. But yes, I do believe your dick would be in the way if you tried to wear it as a man. But I'm not gonna tell anyone what they should and shouldn't do, unless it's unsafe. And in this case, I just think it'd be painful. So yeah. There's nowhere for it to fall out of, okay? Because if it goes up, it's just gonna hurt me. I wanna show y'all that it's gonna stay in place. even if I'm like jumping around, but I don't want y'all to be weird. Around, but nope, that looks weird. Okay, I'm just gonna do some stuff and then blank it out on the screen, and so y'all don't get to see and be weird that oh, hold on, that's a good test actually. Let me just really unladylike put my leg up there. Okay, even when I put my leg up, you cannot, it's not fun falling out. This is more of a workout than I wanted to do today. Anyway, I just wanted to demonstrate that it would not in fact fall out. Technically I could do this for you. If you like help Emily, I literally cannot do this. I will ship it to you. If that's the case, let me know. I'll try and help. Comment below if there's an outfit type that I have not posted that you really want to see with a gun, because I just show what I wear, and that doesn't always cover everything. So if I haven't shown it, let me know, and I will try and get something similar to it, or go to a store and literally do it in their dressing room. So hope y'all liked this video and it was helpful for y'all. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, put on the notification bar, and make sure you comment below like some sort of content you're wanting to see. Also comment below your favorite everyday carry gun, because I want to see something. Okay, I love you, bye-bye. I hate this part so much. Someone told me that statistics have shown that when you are going like in a thumbnail, it like gets more views, and now I'm like